A very good morning to everyone that listening. I am Chen Chen, and today I want to present about the both of the table and slide for the comparison between the SMM2 and SMM3. So let's move forward to the first slide. First slide is about the principle and rules about the job scope of work. For the SMM2 is focused on the primarily for the building works. Example is for the building works for the residential, commercial, and buildings. For the subcategories is includes the architectural, civil, and mechanical works, but with the limited coverage of modern service like IT or smart systems. For the structure for the SMM2 is divided into the broad sections like building works, site works, foundations, and superstructure, fittings, and finishes. For the civil engineering is for the covers, roads, drainage, and landscaping, but with the basic details on measurement. For the SMM3 is focused for the covers wider scope, include the building works, civil engineering, mechanical, electrical, ICT, and smart systems for the smart buildings, renewable energy systems, and automated HVAC. It includes the all of the scope, no matter the civil engineering, the mechanical, the electrical, ICT, and the smart systems. It is not only for the building works only. Subcategories is extensive coverage of modern systems like electrical wiring, low carbon technologies, BIM, and energy efficient systems. Structure is more segment into new construction, refurbishment, and special systems. The special systems includes the detailed provisions for the interdisciplinary integration for the architecture, electrical, mechanical, and ICT systems, so on. Next is for the materials. SMM2 is using the traditional materials and focus on the construction such as brick, concrete, timber, steel, and masonry. SMM2 is using the modern materials that limited mention of modern materials like precast panels, green roofs, or composite materials. They are focused on the construction grade materials like cement, sand, gravel, steel reinforcement. For the measurement of materials are typically measured in standard units like cubic meters for concrete, so on. For the SMM3 it still includes the traditional materials but gives more detailed guidelines for modern variants. SMM3 is using the eco-friendly cement, low carbon concrete, green insulation, and prefabricate building components. Measurement of materials. It includes more sophisticated systems for measuring new types of materials. Next is for the units of measurement. SMM2 is using the traditional units. That is using the linear meters, square meters, cubic meters for measurement of building elements. Work quantification for the SMM2 is based on the direct measurement, like walling area of volume of brickwork is measured. Detailed rules. SMM2 is using the clear rules for measuring different threads and using the lump sum. SMM3 is using the modern units that expands the scope of units, adding the new measurement metrics for smart technology installations like kilowatts for solar panel systems, meter for smart wiring systems, and gigabytes for data infrastructure. For the work quantification, quantities are also defined using digital tools like BIM measurements and may include the energy efficiency measurements. Detailed rules. SMM3 is more complex unit system for measuring emerging system like ventilation and so on. For the measurement rules, SMM2 is using the traditional rules for measuring the traditional works, such as brickwork, plastering windows, and doors. SMM2 is the standardized rules for offer standardized lump sum measurements for large elements. For the lack of flexibility, it is limited flexibility for customized in SMM2. For the SMM3 is using the advanced measurement rules like smart HVAC, advanced lighting control systems, and renewable energy systems. Flexibility is offers flexible measurement techniques for modular systems, prefabricated units, and sustainable materials. Emerging systems SMM3 provides detailed rules for measuring the interdisciplinary systems. Example is like the BIM quantity tapeouts. Sustainability and technology is the new rules to measure things like carbon emissions, green certifications, and energy saving components. Next is about the measurement of service. SMM2 is limited scope for the services. And SMM2 is using the mechanical services for the measurement method. For the SMM3 is using the extensive service coverage. And for the measurement method, it is more detailed measurement rules for the smart technologies for such as the lighting control systems. Sustainability for consideration to more specific rules for energy efficient installations. And the next slide is about the technology related. Technology related that SMM2 is using the technology integration. Emerging technology is using in SMM2 for the little or no direct consideration of BIM, building information management. Technology attachment, is technology adaptation. Some adaptation for new materials, but less integration into the tech-driven processes like 3D modeling or automation. For the SMM3, it is strong focus on modern technology, including detailed provisions for building information model BIM, emerging technologies. SMM3 is explain the guidance for measuring modern technologies. Technology exception is using in SMM3 for encourage the use of automated systems and so on. Next theme is about sustainability and modernization. SMM2 is using the limited emphasis on sustainability and not explicitly detailed in the method for the green building materials. For the energy efficiency, it is stated to no focus on energy efficient systems. For the SMM3, for the sustainability focus is highly on sustainable construction. For the green building materials, it is specifically mentions for the low carbon materials, recycled products, and eco-friendly options. For the energy efficiency, it is strong emphasis on energy efficiency standards, including guidance for installing the solar panels. Next is ease of application. SMM2 is clarity and simplicity for traditional projects. It is more for the user expertise for the professionals who are familiar for the conventional building methods. It is less flexible in handling new materials or methods. SMM3 provides more detailed approach. It can be complex, particularly in integrating modern systems. It is more requires for more knowledge of advanced technologies and systems. SMM3 is more visible and adaptable, but can be challenging for traditional professions. So, in my opinion, SMM3 is a better choice compared to the SMM2, especially for the modern construction projects, because the SMM3 is related to the more more flexible and adaptable to into the new technologies like BIM, smart systems, and renewable energy solutions. It is quite related for the construction for the building nowadays. On the on the other hand, SMM2 is simpler and work well for traditional projects. But however, as the construction industry continues to evolve, now SMM3 is a better choice for larger, more advanced projects. So for the suggestions for the improvement, since the SMM3 is more usable than SMM2, the SMM2 is more to improvement for the incorporate modern tech, sustainability guidance, and flexibility for modern materials. And for the SMM3, if SMM3 want to improve more, the SMM3 must to be simplification for the smaller projects, because the SMM3 is more to the higher or the biggest project. It must be the clearer definitions since the since it is from the SMM2, and more specific is shown in SMM3. And the SMM3 must do ease of use for traditional professionals. SMM3 must to include the retrofit guidance to make provisions for retrofitting for sustainability in existing buildings. So that's all for today. Thank you for paying attention.